Hi, I'm Daz. Another late night buy, I think. As though I need any more tape recorders. This one is a Grundig CR590, a later cassette recorder. This one appears to have two loudspeakers in it, so it actually has stereo reproduction. Wasn't made in Germany, I believe. It's made in Portugal. Don't know much about this machine and whether it has broken gear issues, but what I was going to do is just quickly run it up on the Variac, because I don't know how long it is since it's been powered up, so I'm going to gradually bring it up and see if anything untoward happens. I left it in play mode. Oh, and yes, we have hiss from the loudspeaker. That's good. Drawing 1.5 watts, so that's pretty good. Sort of give the electrolytics a chance to catch up. Controls are noisy. Good fast forward. Good rewind, fairly good fast forward. It is slipping a bit. Lot of noise. Okay, let's slip a cassette in and see what we get. Here we go. Let's put that one in. Rewind. Slowing a bit. Does it auto stop? It does indeed. Okay, let's see what happens. Here, tracing. Good grief, we've got something that actually works out of the box. Currently in stereo wide, and good grief, it does sound wide. That's standard. Well, that's quite good for a start on this one. It's functional. As I said, fast forward was a little slow, but rewind, no doubt. Possibly needs a belt change. That's a good start. Bit botchy, but I'll just see if we can make a recording. I know DIN leads don't like too high a level, so I've turned the phone down, and we'll just see if we get a successful recording. Okay, try that. Sounds a little loud, but at least it records. So it looks like there's just 3 screws. There's one under the battery compartment. It's got a little picture of a cross, maybe that stands for screw. So yeah, you can see the 2 loudspeakers clearly there. Right, let's have a look what's inside. Right, let's have a look. Ooh, well, that looks familiar. Well, that's a large circuit board, and it looks like that might be the record playback switch. The green ribbon going to the battery compartment, and there's our 2 4-ohm loudspeakers in this case. Very nice. That must be a switch of some kind. Very nice machine inside. the second circuit board there, and must be the one with the volume control in. Unicon. Now, what is that switch for? That's intriguing. Is that accessible from the case? Oh, I see. Yes, I'm being silly. That's actually the speaker wide normal stereo switch. So, okay, let's have a look what else. Oh, there's a couple of plastic inserts on them. I'm not sure why. But I think I'd like to explore a little bit further. Interesting. There's a little note on there that says remove drive with PCB, and it's indicating that there's, excuse my big fat head, is there a screw down there, or was it down here? So excuse my big fat head in the way. Yeah, I think there's one down here, and there's one here on the edge of the chassis, I assume. So those are the ones I'm going to have to remove, take the deck out. So there's one of them, and I'll find the other one. Just a little note. I wonder if it had a built-in microphone. I've just found it. It's down here. Here's the shade. There's a hole the other side, but there's no microphone on the other side, so it's only got a mono microphone, but there it is. It's right on the edge around this corner. I never spotted that. And of course there's a gap here for another one, so they didn't put both in, but this is where you see me break it. Possibly. Well, the transformer comes with the board. Well, there's obviously something else to be removed, I would imagine. It did suggest just those two screws. Let me have a fiddle. The secret is you need to open the cassette door. There we go. You can see there's some extenders there on the volume control. Very, very dusty. So there we go. I think the screws are about to fall out, but that doesn't matter. So the transformer is actually built onto the PCB, and it looks like a fairly hefty output IC there. I assume that's probably the audio output given its location. There's the microphone cable, a more modern motor with internal speed control. See the heads and the erase head, but what happens if you want to get the belt out? That's the next question. Well, I guess you're going to have to remove the PCB from here in order to get access to that. Next step. Well, here we go. There's some cables that pop out here to give me, sure they must be the head cables. It's really awkward because the transformer keeps sticking to the loudspeaker magnets, but anyway, at least you've got access for the belt. Yeah, that's pretty loose. There's various plastic gears. They look a little bit on the yellow side, but obviously not a problem. Now this is interesting. It's a plastic and metal flywheel. Very much a 80s thing. Okay, I found a belt that fits. Yeah, that's more like it. That's the bearing, and the grease, as you can see on my finger, is still nice. Not gone hard or anything, so that's good stuff. Not sure what a lot of this mechanism is. That's very interesting. It might well be part of the auto stop mechanism. Yeah, it rocks. I bet it is. This bit here, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. There's a yeah, doesn't quite show, but I'll try. There's a little bit of plastic there that engages with the record playback switch and goes through a hole in the PCB, so of course that fell out as soon as I took it apart. Yeah, the gears look good on this one. A little bit yellow, but yeah, that's not too bad. I'll clean the record playback switch and the volume controls while I'm at it, and then hopefully carefully reassemble it, and I think I will leave it at that. I've got it wedged up so we can have a quick look what's in here. The record playback appears to be done by this single chip here. There's a Toshiba chip over there for the power amplifier, one presume. It's on a very hefty, nice hefty heatsink. Now over here I can just, whoops, break through the, focus please, break through the wiring. There's a couple of transistors there and the raise head's connecting there. I wonder if that's the bias oscillator that's just there. Previous radio cassette I was working on, these IC ones don't always have a bias oscillator, but I'm sure this is AC bias. I can't believe this isn't AC bias. We can have a measure later, but yeah, so quite well integrated. What's this circuit board here? It's got the volume and tone controls on, some decoupling. So there's a nice screen can round the focus please. Nice screen can round the DIN socket for screening. I must admit the IC doesn't look like it's fully in. It looks like it's about to fall out actually, doesn't it? Not very well in, is it? There's a little record playback switch. And the power supply doesn't look regulated, it looks like it's just smoothed, I think. Perhaps we'll have a look around there and see what other circuitry is around the other side. So another quick shot of what it looks like laid out. I've just been getting the dust out of the record playback mechanism. There's the transformer. It is bolted partly to the heatsink. It's 2200 microfarad smoothing cap. There's your headphone jack and speaker outputs. What else is there really to highlight? Not a lot really. The only interesting thing is that there is, if I can just remember where stop is, this sliding plate is kind of interesting. Now I believe there is a big gear under there for the take-up spool. Now a friend of mine thinks his broke, but at this moment in time I'm not going to take this plate off, I don't think, because I can't see how it easily comes off. And as we have got a working tape recorder, I think it's best to leave it alone, as it were. But I think you can see, yeah, there's probably a large gear under there and possibly under there. Anyway, there we go. Right, let's get it back together before I forget how it goes together. Yep, AC bias, so it's probably derived, I wonder if that's a push-pull circuit. I don't have the circuit for this, but I wonder if that's a push-pull circuit again on the bias circuit like the other Grundigs I've looked at, and then capacitively coupled on the audio to the heads. Well, hopefully this won't overload the microphone. I do have a stereo camcorder, so let's see if you can hear the stereo wide. Very odd place to put the microphone, I must admit. Right, let's give that a go and see if I can get that to work. Okay, we're in record mode. Reset counter. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is a test of the Grundig CR590 stereo cassette recorder. End of test. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is a test of the Grundig CR590 stereo cassette recorder. That's really quite clear. I wonder if having the microphone over there means it's far away from the motor, so you get better reproduction. Anyway, I think I'll just enjoy it now. The recording sounds a little bit on the heavy side, but it might be that I'm sticking too much in the DIN, because DIN specs are very low in signal level, and perhaps I need to turn my phone down a little bit more. But yeah, nice cassette recorder. Okay, it hasn't got the chrome switch like the 480 that I'm working on has, but it's nice having the stereo speakers. That's a bit of a novelty, this machine, I must confess. Anyway, thanks for watching, and time I worked on something that wasn't a tape recorder.